talk about it. I'm your host, Eli Brooks, and this is my podcast called Let's Talk About It, where we talk about all the topics that we need to and that we love to. So let's be real. Sometimes there might be a topic that, you know, might trigger something in you that you've been trying to hide or keep down deep inside. And the point of this is for us to talk about it. But then on top of that, we will always either end off or start off with something that just, gets our blood rushing, whether it's a hot topic or whatever y'all want to talk about, let me know. But we'll get into that. The purpose is for people to have more of a conversation. I want to start conversations about topics that people normally wouldn't talk about. Let's talk about it. That's where we're going to talk about it. Like I said, this podcast is not only meant for Gen Z, it's meant for all types of people to just hear and have a conversation about. Just like any conversation, your opinion and your feedback matters like to the utmost. So after each episode, there will always be a recap of whatever episode just got dropped on my Instagram. My Instagram is at ELIXBROOKS. Every single episode, there will always be a recap on my page for you guys to be able to comment your opinions. Go comment if you liked the episode, if you didn't, what you want me to change, maybe a topic that you want me to talk more about. Because there isn't a comment section for us to like interact unless you're on my YouTube, which is Eli Brooks. But so in today's episode, I will introduce myself to y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna answer some Q&A questions from a poll that I put up on my Instagram. And our first topic, I'm gonna go straight into after that because I know long intros might not be our thing. Basically, my name is Eli. I am a grad student and I'm studying organizational leadership. I am a coach and the president of a performance organization called Prestigious Divas. Now, Prestigious Divas has 3 teams. They have a step team, a cheer team, and a dance team. Prestigious Divas originally wasn't even called Prestigious Divas, and I feel like a lot of people think that it just was one day had 3 teams, and people really don't understand the full story. But instead of me telling it to you on Let's Talk About It, you're just gonna have to wait until the end of this month because Prestigious Divas is dropping a documentary produced by your own Eli Brooks. So while I'm editing this, the video is actually out right now and it is available on YouTube. So make sure you go check it out. It is on Prestigious Divas YouTube, but if you can't find the link, you can definitely find it on my Instagram. It's in my bio, in my link section. And I also most likely have a post about it on my Instagram, so you could find it through there as well. So definitely check it out. Episode 2 is coming out soon, and I can't wait for y'all to just see the full thing. Okay, let's get back into this episode. I'm also just really into editing and the creative process. I'm into creating shows. I'm into choreography. I'm really into that art aspect. So that's like a real quick gist of me. I feel like over time, y'all will definitely get to know me. But so I picked out a few questions that covered all the other questions just so we could get straight into the topic. So the first question is from Naomi, and she's actually on the step team. Shout out to her. And stay tuned because it's her season. If you know, you know. Underrated and overrated artist. Let's be real. K Michelle, like, y'all don't understand. She's still dropping music to this day that hits the soul for many. Not just me, but many. So, K Michelle is definitely underrated. Okay, so overrated. I don't mean no shade when I say this. I'm just don't see the hype. Rod Wave, like, anyway. The next question is from Nico. Shout out to Nico. That's like, well, not even like, that's my little brother. Basically, Nico, to answer your question, I'm gonna just tell you to ask good sis when you see her, okay? Because I don't want to put her name out there, but you definitely gotta just ask her, Don't be afraid to ask. Like, what's asking gonna do? You need to ask. If you want to know, you ask. Like, all right, so the next question is from Ty. Shout out to Ty. We stepped in North Carolina together. His question is, what made me want to step? To be real, in 4th grade, I saw a team stepping at this assembly. They were doing like stunts and tricks and flipping, and it was a lot, and I loved it. And I remember asking the coach at that time, I was like, how can I do this? And I got in, and ever since that moment, I started training with the same coach until 12th grade. And so that really just, that's a whole nother story. But The truth is, when I saw that step team, like I stopped doing baton because I did that before, and I knew that step was something I just wanted to do. Like that was what I was gonna do. Period. This question is from Belzy. Shout out to Belzy. She was one of my first friends in undergrad. And she still is a really good friend. So shout out to her. The question that she asked was the road to starting PD at Mercy. So when I took over a leadership role, a lot of people were not expecting what I did with it. But before we even go to that, when I took over a leadership role, a lot of people did not know what to expect. Respectfully, I had to know that I had to shake it up. I had to do something that no one was expecting. I had to shake up the table. I knew I had to shake up the table. I had no option but to shake up the table. So I decided we needed to change the name. It could have just been 3 separate teams, but I decided to make it a whole organization. So now that's what is happening. So the last question is from Tiana. Shout out to Tiana. She a real one. All right, so what Tiana asked was effects of TikTok on this generation. I'm gonna talk about the good and bad. On the good side, you can use TikTok to like get information, like connecting with people, being entertained. But on the bad side, a lot of people's attention span is just taken by like a quick swipe. All right, so let's talk about it. What business are you actually standing on, and are you actually standing on it? Before we begin, if you don't know what standing on business means, it means that you go through with things that you've either planned for yourself or you want for yourself. On top of that, it's respecting the boundaries that you place for yourself and for other people. Everything that you say or do, just be for real. Okay, so to start this topic off, right? Everyone has made goals for 2024, like going to the gym more, studying more, eat better, prioritize more, reach out to family more, use social media less, maybe get more active on social media, maybe journal. The list goes on, saving, any of that. Now, whatever that goal is or goals have been, the most important thing and the only way those goals are going to get done is if you stand on that business. Make a plan to get those things done like immediately. It might take next week, it might take tomorrow, it might take a year to like get those things done or those habits set in place, but the only way you're going to get those things done is if you stand on business. And out of literally, if you made that goal for yourself at some point, you knew that that goal was needed to be met. Let's be real. When you don't reach the goals that you set for yourself, you're just doing yourself more harm than anything else. Like no one else cares about you not reaching your own goals. Nobody is going to be like, oh, let me set this goal for you. No, if you set that goal for yourself, there's a reason. Why are you sitting here playing with yourself? What are you doing? Okay, let's continue. Let's say your goal is to like be on social media less. You could be like, all right, let me turn off these notifications on your phone so that you don't get this person posted this person liked this person slid up. And that could be a way for you to like use social media less. That's not my goal, but if that's your goal, like that might be something that'll help you. Let's say you're like, oh, I want to eat like fast food less. Maybe like undownloading or like turning off the notifications for those apps would help you, because I know I get notifications from Domino's talking about you got a free pizza coming up. That could be an issue, but I don't have that goal to like stop using that yet. Also, I'm curious, do y'all use y'all notes to check off a to-do list, or do you use like a physical note? You know, I have like 6, but I'm curious on what y'all use because I need to hound down on one. All right, so your personal boundaries, you need to identify the boundaries, y'all, that you have set for yourself and for other people. You need to identify them. If you don't identify them, people are going to create boundaries for you in every situation. Like, for example, I don't want to like be in spaces with things like this, noise like that, people like this, because it makes me feel, however, you know, for me, I'm trying this new thing where if I feel like there's too many people or there's too many people that trigger me in one space, I'ma just like dismiss myself. There's nothing wrong with you saying I'm out because I just need to get myself together. Nobody, like I said before, nobody is trying to worry or take care of you like you are going to worry and take care about yourself. If you feel overstimulated, it is okay for you to grab your stuff and be like, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. All right, so I had to switch spots because my computer started to sound like I was playing Sims. I've never played Sims in my life, but the computer definitely started to sound like that. So I had to move my whole mic and just adjust my setup. So I want to break that down with you guys. Like, when it comes to yourself, and then when it comes to like other people, right? For yourself, you don't have to go in a certain environment if you know it's going to be like unhealthy or just triggering for yourself. Another example I have is like if you know you need consistent skincare or you have like a great skincare routine that you love, stand on business and set an hour every night to do that. Stand on your business and make save your money, save your resources, and buy the skincare that you know is going to work for you. Buy the skin products that you know you like. Yes, they might be expensive. So yes, a lot of good skincare products are expensive. Um, so stand on business and make sure you get that. If you want something for yourself, that you know is gonna benefit you in your life, like stand on that plan, stand on that business, and do everything you can to possibly get it. Because why not do that for yourself? That's just all right. So now when it comes to other people, standing on business is like you have boundaries where you have a certain amount of respect for yourself, or you expect, or you other people, they're gonna give you that respect that you deserve and that what? So don't let people be shady and address any disrespect. Also, one of the most popular examples, but it's definitely something that we all need to do, is if you said to your ex or your old situation, we're done and that's that, stand on that business and don't break the non-contact. Like, I feel like it is important. It's hard, but it's important because if you show people that you don't stand on the business, when you say something and you don't stand on that, they're going to play with that. They're going to just not respect what you're saying at that point because you're saying you're going to do something and you're literally backtracking. So it's like stand on business and do that for yourself. Like, are you actually standing on that business is the question. you know with friends and family, like if you say I don't like this, or I feel away when you say this, or I felt away when you said that, it's like, as friends or family, if you made it verbally aware, or you told them verbally that you don't like something, and they do it again and make you feel that negative way again, knowing that you felt some type of way, friends or family, like stand on that business and let them know again. And at some point, you know you know it's 2024. I feel like if a friend ain't respecting you, they gotta go. And if a family member ain't respecting you, they might have to go for a minute too. Like sometimes a friend won't respect you just as much as a family member won't respect you. All right, so I heard on TikTok while I was like doing some research and kind of just like, you know, like I said, the topics come from my everyday life and things that I feel like are important to talk about. So as I'm on TikTok, I hear someone and I see a video saying, standing on business is cool, rah, 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 but it adds spice to my life. See, I get why somebody, no, I understand why somebody would use that word in that type of video for TikTok, but it doesn't, it allows people to like disrespect you in your life and things don't get done in your life. So you're saying that not standing on business adds spice to your life, but really just allows people to disrespect you in your life. And let's be real about it. Actually, let's talk about it. I feel like there's so many other things in life that can add spice to your life than emotional trauma or physical trauma or emotional abuse. If we're gonna be honest, like if you're in a relationship, you're saying we're done, there's a reason why you said you were done. And so now you're going back for what? Look, add spice another way in your life. Figure out what activity, what job, what is it that makes you excited to do something, and make that be your spice. But not stand on business when it comes to a relationship just because it adds spice. Are you for real? At the end, to wrap everything up, I feel like it's important that you stand on business 2024. I have a plan to get my plans done. So I want to encourage everyone to do the same in 2024. Make sure you're standing on the business that you have and ask yourself, what is your business and are you actually standing on it? The answer is either yes or no. It's not in the middle. So if it's a yes, yeah. If the answer is no, then listen back to this podcast. Find something that will help you stand on business because it's important that you do. All right, y'all. Thank you again for listening. I really do appreciate every single one of you, no matter how you're listening, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music. Stay tuned. And remember to go on my Instagram at Eli Brooks, ELIXBROOKS. And there is going to be a reel with a red background, which is the Let's Talk About It podcast logo. Comment your reactions, comment what you think, comment what you liked, comment what you didn't, comment what you want me to talk about next. There were some questions that I had throughout the podcast, like how do you do your to-do notes and how you guys feel about certain situations. So make sure you just comment under how you feel about those and let's have a conversation. And with that, Eli Brooks signing out.